Good afternoon. It is April 3rd, 2024, and today we ended up having a range day. What happened is, so you can see this uh, pink line that's just extended from the other day. That's a gap. So on some chart, on a larger time frame chart, prices broke out below this low. And what we were just trying to do today was test that price level, and we failed to do so. And so that's a sign. If it holds below that price level, it's just a sign that the bears temporarily have some power. So let's take a look at these trades. Early on, we sold off, but prices were really just ranging. And so when we get this, technically this is a second entry long. It's a double test, room back to the EMA. I like this one, uh, personally. Problem is we made a new low, but I think this looks pretty good. And if you're not convinced that this is a range and that we're actually in a broad bear channel, maybe you take this second entry short. And then we make yet another low, and then you get a higher low right here with a bullish bar. It's looking pretty balanced, and so I think this is reasonable. I think this one's pretty aggressive, uh, but I think this one's very reasonable, especially if you're going for more than a 1 point scalp, and you can see plenty of people like that. I don't think you want to jump in here on the failed second entry short, because you'd be in the middle of the range at that point, and it's just a little risky. Then we form this range, this tight trading range before this news item at what time was this? 7 o'clock. And basically, this big bar was a measured move of this range. And, it's reasonable to want to jump in and go long here. You can see people taking profits at this close from yesterday, the closing price from yesterday. But when we get that higher low, right here, that closes very bullish above the overnight range, it's worth considering, especially if you see the measured move of this big bull bar is right there. There's plenty of room. I think it's 2.5 points to that measured move. So if you see all that, I think I like that for at least the scalp, and really you should go for a swing, or at least 2 points, since there's 2.5 points to that measured move. We go further, pull back, test it, and then go higher. And this was just really weak price action leading up to the 9:10 news item, and just topping out. And so prices are trying to uh, close the gap. There's a lot of weak buying here, but really what this looks like, we have a strong bear leg here. It just looks like, what Mac teaches is you got to move up, a break, and then a couple legs up to a new high. And if you study Al Brooks, this all looks like potential for a major trend reversal, or to trade it as a major trend reversal. And, you know, if you manage this right, you can make a lot of money. It comes all the way down to here, test this price level, and it bounces. So at this point, looks like we're in a range. So really, you could probably argue for this one as like a lower high major trend reversal. That's not something Mac talks about. That's Al Brooks stuff. So we come down here, you get some congestion, big bull bar. That's pretty aggressive because of how sideways this is going. But you can tell we're in the prices are trying to break out one way or the other. But the problem here, look, and what happens is it just goes sideways for a few more bars. So that's pretty aggressive. You're better off waiting on a higher low, like a breakout pullback of like this price level. So I mean, really, I shouldn't mark it. Something to think about though. Breaks out, first entry, second entry, and a big sell off. Could you consider that one? Yeah, you could consider it. I was just worried that the bulls were going to close the gap. Then we come down here and you get kind of like a double test, or you could say a double bottom. Second entry long, higher low, huge bullish bar. You might consider that. We get a spike in channel up, and the bulls just can't do anything with it. Sells off. Technically, this is a failed second entry long, so if you're feeling like you need to get in on this, maybe you jump in there. Big sell off. Test that opening price. Higher low. Room back to the EMA for a scalp. Then you get a second entry short. I'm going to mark this green because is it a second entry short? Does it look good after this big move? Yeah, but this is you might get a second leg up, second bull leg up. So I'm not so sure. However, what I will say is you got this doji, and then breaks lower. Then you have this bearish doji. Then you have this bearish doji. So it is stalling, so there are reasons to like that. We got about 35 minutes until the market closes. Let's take a look at the daily chart. So the bears are just trying to get a bar to close outside of this this channel that's getting more narrow. That's what's happening right now. We'll see, market closes for regular people at 1 p.m. Pacific time, so that's 35 minutes, but then it closes for everyone else 2 p.m. So we'll see what the next hour and a half looks like. So hope everyone had a good day. I'll be back tomorrow.